So anyhow, I was trying to find something way to save passwords or something in an environment, you know, a text mode environment. Actually, I can't find anything I'm really happy with in any type of environment. But
so you need your own.
Maybe you should lower your standards.
right. Okay, so correct or something. Oops, I suppose I have to get into insert mode first. Okay. 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 So there's my great super file. Now there's a program called C. Yeah, that's it. CC encrypt. And you do the
oh, it encrypts the file.
secret.
Oh, that's nice.
Now it is okay. If I do cat, let's see, secret. You know, it is, and it's like very good encryption.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and there's
It's called CC Crypt.
yes, yes, CC crypt is the name of the package. You know, of it, and there's a C cat and secret. Type your password. And there it is. And it makes particular attempt to make sure that it totally obliterates your original file, too. Okay? Matter of fact, I think it says it overwrites it. It goes into the same spot. It totally obliterates it.
So it basically shreds the original file in addition to encrypting.
Right, and there's also another. There's a C decrypt command which will decrypt it, and they're just saying is you got to be, you know, use some care because like if you make some mistakes, you could literally destroy the file, you know. So, but it's it works. It's simple.
It is.
You can use GPG similarly. It's
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, but it's
It's a little.
but it's not really for that kind of purpose, really.
Right.
You
It's
know,
a little clunky for that kind of purpose.
for that kind of purpose, I mean, like if, you know, for certain purposes, it's way better. You cannot compare it. You know, for communications purposes, it's way better. But for just encrypting a file, some information, this is a lot simpler. And obviously, I mean, if you're trying to make a real secret, you better use a real, you know, some real passphrase. Let's not, because that's probably the big Achilles heel of the whole thing. You know, I don't think it's likely to be broken.
So Ross, what is yours?
Well, I can do it real quick if you want me to.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to do it real quick online to make sure I don't make a fool of myself.
Look out for
Okay. Let's do it. This way. Okay.
lose it.
Yeah. Well, I see my cursor.
Oh, you're completely hosed.
Yeah, I'm hosed.
I can. Come on.
I can use yours real quick.
Oh,
I mean, it's not a difficult hack whatsoever. So, everyone's familiar with the process status
it's on the
command?
other side, unfortunately.
So PS.
Yep.
So, if you're using PS for, let's see. I'm gonna make it bigger so you can So say you open up Firefox, which you already have open. So usually when you're looking for something like Firefox, you either use, like let's say Firefox is bloated with memory and it's not working and you just want to kill it and you don't have anything like GUI-wise that'll do it. Typically you would look for it by, putting Firefox in. But you notice that not just Firefox comes up on here. Your your grep command to look for Firefox always comes up on here. So one way to get rid of that is to simply encapsulate one of the characters in braces like this, and then only one comes out because the word Firefox does not match Firefox with a box encapsulating the O.
Oh.
So, which allows you to very, very simply use px-aux grep in a script, or just basically not come up with that one stupid command all of the time because it's kind of annoying. So that's the whole tip.
That works. Cool. That is a good idea.
Also, one other thing. If you have Ubuntu 10.04 and you use Nautilus, if you press F3, you start. You actually open up the browser in 2 tabs.
Oh, hey.
And then the other, and so you can then move around very easily and transfer files between the two.
Oh, that's nice.
Then, and also the thing about that is when you press F3 again, it'll keep up one of the two, and only one of the two. And the one that it keeps up is the one that's in focus, not necessarily the original window. But then you could easily press F3 again, and bring it back up if you feel like it. So that's obviously KDE's had that for a long time, but you need like Control-Shift-L and Control-Shift T or something. It's because in KDE you can do both vertical and horizontal opening, and you can keep doing it forever in KDE, but which actually gets quite annoying if you accidentally press it 1 or 2 more times than you originally intended. But yeah, with Ubuntu now, simply press the F3 button, and you are good to go.
It's nice.
Yes. Oh, and I guess while we're on Ubuntu 10.04, does anyone remember the old text mode when you stick it in Ubuntu CD and it asks for like memtest and all of that thing? And now you put in Ubuntu 10.04 and it doesn't do that anymore. It's actually still there. You just have to press the space bar when you start, and then it'll come around.
Yep.
So that's.
I noticed the latest one, which is the thing I like, is the fact is, and actually it's a new squeeze too, is you can do a text mode, memory test.
Yeah.
For those people who are running on serial terminals, on serial connections.
Oh yeah, it does. It has memtest.
I mean, actually, I went on my way to do it. Unfortunately, the baud rate was totally not the baud that I use at all, so I had to customize the dumb thing. But hey, okay.
Yeah, if you're going to go serial, you might as well go all out, though. So.
Okay.
I have a cereal.
Yeah. If anybody has read anything on my blog, I'll talk about that. But I mean, let's be honest, nobody has. So.
Oh.
Unless you actually have, in which case I'm sorry for saying that you haven't.
Hi, does it have our name on it?
Say what?
Does it have our name on it?
Well, I always post the video from these meetings on my blog.
On your blog?
In addition to newlug.blip.tv. Because newlug.blip.tv gives you a gig of free video space per upload, no questions asked. So when we have like 3-hour long, like 1 gigabyte uncompressed files, it'll just take.
Well, they're compressed. But
Yeah.
I think I sent you that email. I put that email on the list. We can knock them down a lot. It's it's a little process, It's not.
Yeah. And if you wanted to knock those down before sending them to me, I'll still upload them.
Okay.
So yeah.
How do I get them to you then? Whatever. Okay.
Use the FFmpeg, I think it is called.
You use AvidEmux.
Yes.
Yeah.
The real big thing is that there was the denoising thing, which I finally read through the whole thing, and I pretty much hit the right options. I was pretty close to the right thing just by guessing. To denoise it, and then they use the X, the H, whatever, and the compressor.
64.
Yeah, and use that. That was the right one to pick. And then there's possible options within that, but that knocked it down immensely, and it looked way cleaner. The videos, if you looked at them, look on the screen or something, like you see a lot of busyness on there. That all goes away.
Yeah, when I was converting them to FLVs, I wouldn't say the quality went up because
they actually look better. Yeah.
Yeah. So has everyone seen Blip TV at all? I think you have Flash.
I have.
No.
Yeah.
No, what is Flip TV?
So newlug.blip.tv is us, but blip.tv is everybody. So, for example, Linux Journal also uses blip.tv. So, linuxjournal.blip.tv is all of the Linux Journal tech tips that are on their website, of which I'm a couple of them, like 2 or 3. But basically, Flash loads eventually.
Oh, you probably have to click on it because I probably got Flash blocker on there.
There we go. So, well, eventually this applet will come up with every video since we started taping, including me.
There it is.
Yep. So this is me talking about Python, but this is a little weird to have me talking about me being videotaped and ending up on the web again. Yeah, that like somebody's brain has to explode. I think mine. But they also have a Blip TV has a Java uploader, which allows you to batch upload, batch name, and so if you have like 9 1 gig files or 9 700 meg files that are legitimate, you can name them all together, apply it to everything, tell it to upload, and then go to sleep and let it just basically upload for the rest of the night or whenever you're doing it, and it'll give you pretty good status on all of them. One other thing that Blip TV does, I believe it also publishes to iTunes and Miro. I have not used neither iTunes nor Miro to check it out, but theoretically that is also being published in other places. I have no idea whether or not people are actually looking at the stuff that we're putting up. But I can't really control that as much. So
I have a couple of short things. If
let's do it.
For these kids.
Do it.
Yeah, before they like turn it back into
They
pumpkins.
carry me out of here.
Yeah.
Okay.
I kind of took the email from the meeting email to be from the more of the cool apps, the things that we find useful.
As opposed to the stuff that
The
sucks that I
Well, no. That's not what I meant. It was hacks and cool stuff, and I guess I looked for more cool stuff we use at home. So for kids 4 to 8 and adults, they enjoy Super Tux. It's a fun game. Nephews, nieces, kids that you may know will enjoy Super Tux.
It's a platformer clone, right?
It's a Mario Brothers
like
with a
Mario-ish.
penguin. Yep.
I do X-Mo. X-Mo is fun.
X-Mo is more like a motocross game.
I believe Trials is the proprietary for money version.
I didn't even know that
It's-
was one.
Well, in general, Trials motorbiking is the process of motorbiking on top of different sorts of obstacles
Right.
that you would
Rocks
not
and-
typically get, like rocks and barrels and stuff.
Yeah.
But this just does it. You can do trials biking in the Sonic the Hedgehog green hill
Yeah.
zone level if you really feel like it.
Yeah, and they have also map editors and stuff that the kids just like to play because they like to crash the guy. It's actually fun to race. You can race other internet opponents and stuff too.
Seems pretty hard.
It is. There are some very, very difficult levels in Xmodo. I tend to look for the easiest ones possible because those are the only ones that I enjoy.
Yeah.
Anything that I can finish.
Touch Paint is a good one when they're a little younger. So you also find these a lot of times at on library terminals and at schools because they can do a lot of stamps and it's just fun for the kids to do this. I think there's a companion to this paint program with math and reading type activities. Oops. So those are the all three, and then RuneScape will run on Linux too.
As does Puzzle Pirates.
Puzzle Paints.
Yep, which is
Race Army.
Java based.
It's like pretty loose.
It's kind of an RPG, kid friendly enough, I guess. And like I said, it's a Java applet, so it can run it. We'll see. Other apps that get used at home are Firefox and Chrome, obviously. We use JGNash for kind of quick and home finance type thing. Other apps that get used at home, Linux stuff, the file server for MP3s and whatnot. A lot of pictures, backup with rsync to an external USB drive. I have a separate machine for a firewall and router because my old Linksys cable router was kind of flaky, and I have another machine laying around, so I do that.
Do you run a dedicated program? Do you run like Smoothwall or Monowall?
I tried Smoothwall and it found it to just not be, I guess, vanilla CentOS and just following your typical how to set up IP cables, and I'm more comfortable with that, I guess. And I know that's always going to be there, whereas Smoothwall, I don't know. DDWRT, just because I'm lazy and I haven't gone to open WRT or anything more recent, I guess.
I use Tomato.
I do too.
Tomato's pretty nice. But yeah, but Tomato doesn't work on everything, and I think DDWRT has a larger list of available routers.
Sure. We use one of the better machine that has a print server, so all the other clients, the Windows machines included, can print to it on Fedora. And then this netbook is another running Dell's original Ubuntu.
So the Mini
Yeah, the
9.
first one. And then I just threw on some shared hosting out of Madison. There's a company called HostHead, and I have a few sites up there: WordPress, the family blog. This one was moderately hackish. I maintain this Wisconsin Linux media wiki, and one of the things I wrote for fun was a plugin for media wiki that will. I have all my mail comes into a Gmail account, and then I run it through Mutt, and then I run a Python script that pulls the mail out of the folder. I'm working on it. So I'll get to it. So I subscribe to all the mailing lists that I know about, and then I use a Python script on a cron that runs and pulls the mail, and then creates an XML file and uploads it to the shared host, and then there's a plugin in MediaWiki that actually renders the XML. So
That's pretty sweet.
within, I think it's every 15 minutes, it goes out and checks the lug mail, and then throws the last 10 out here. I thought it was kind of a more dynamic touch to an otherwise very static website.
Yeah, I was just looking at that today. That's it.
Oh, we also recommend NetSonic, who also has excellent Linux hosting and has graciously provided web hosting for the little website.
Not only web hosting, it's a VPS
Oh wow,
that they gave to us.
cool.
Yeah, it's
So,
really
very,
cool.
Very, very nice.
If we're talking about Linux friendly hosts as well, I believe Host Monster has had very good reports. That's tends to be more hands off. More they give you a Linux box and then let you go.
Sure.
Linode does pretty cool too. I've used that. It's basically their entire business model is based on giving out Zen Linux machines. Letting people use those. It's pretty cool, I think.
So it's Linode.
Yeah. I think it's linode.com.
And VPS hosted.
I also have a Drupal instance out there, and all those are backed by MySQL. I run a Planet instance, not really that hackish, but I just thought it was kind of nearby, and I thought Planet is a Python script that you handed a bunch of RSS feeds, and it aggregates all of them into a web page that then will also provide an aggregated feed, as well as the individual ones that it reads from.
Nice.
I found it's just kind of a really lazy RSS reader when you don't have one. So I'm a developer at Bemis Company, and I write in PeopleSoft, Oracle PeopleSoft. So I found myself always trying to look up this stuff, so I just created my own. There's a couple of subscribers, but nothing serious. Again, that's kind of a cron job thing that I upload to the shared host. And this is probably the most hackish thing I had to offer. I have a cell phone, but I don't have a smartphone. I just have a camera phone with Bluetooth, and it was really annoying. I mean, lazy and annoying to take a lot of pictures of the kids. Kids are playing with the phone, taking pictures, and I got like a gig card in here that can last forever, but then I never do anything with them because it's a pain to go get that cable and jam it in the machine. I don't know, it's really lazy. So again, with Python, I wrote a script that there's a directory on the one machine at home. The phone's paired with the machine, and whenever I come home, I'm already in range of the machine, and whatever pictures are on the phone, it compares the directory on the machine to the phone, and if there's any differences, it pulls them on the machine. Machine then sends them up to that same shared host. So
and this is pairing via Bluetooth, you're saying?
Yeah. It also, and I got it to work on Windows too, but I don't have a machine running all the time at home. I haven't really done anything on the other end, but then I took a picture yesterday of it raining in our front yard, the flood going on our street. Just a real simple, kids being silly, photo stream, I guess, without having to pay anybody or have a crazy phone that can actually do it by itself.
Where were you where there was music? Was that Life Fest?
No, that was a Maritime Tavern on the other weekend. Good metal bands there if you ever want to go.
Fair enough.
But, which made me think of one other thing. Software-wise, I play guitar and record stuff, and Audacity and Hydrogen is good for recording drum beats, techno drum beats, or plain Jane drum beats.
Do you use Jack then, or
no, it's pretty straightforward stuff. I don't really have a lot of technology behind me that way. So that was my brief neat software and fun tricks.
that is quite good?
Yes.
Hooray! I'm sorry, but is that a Firefly bumper sticker on your laptop?
It is.
That is awesome.
It is awesome.
Been there for a while. I got it from a friend that I used to work with. Yeah, that's stacked.
Very, very cool. You know what bathrooms are at?
No.
Around this distance away on the other side, the other hallway. But it's on the other side. Yeah, and it's on the north side.
Okay, this is just going to be a quick thing about ZSH. Everyone here ever use it?
I haven't heard it.
Okay, so it's so let me just. So right now I type in ZSH, and I can see that this is a command. So now it's going to ask me down here automatically. Did you mean ZSH itself, the actual shell? ZSHRC, which is an alias to open up the. I'm going to enter that right now. Which was an alias it will open up the ZSH config file in Nano.
Okay.
So anyway, so you got this kind of stuff in here which makes the menus and all that show up, and it's kind of boring. You can set where you have a history file and all that, and then you get all your aliases here. Okay, so let's say that I want to look at the. Let me just show you this. Okay, so I have a couple of MUT files because I was going to show a sample of how you can get Gmail set up in MUT in case someone wanted to do that, was having a hard time getting everything set up. So I have 2 MUT files, and let's just make another one. Okay. So if I want to cat them, I start going in with MUT. It'll auto-finish to the 2 T's, and then again it asks me to go through.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet.
Mm-hmm.
And it does. Now you can also do this in directories. So let's. Oops. MUT 1. So if I want to change the directory then, alright. So if I start from the slash and I start at the M, it's going to assume that I want to go to media or mount, which I don't because I want to go home and then, alright, who's in home? Okay, there's me. Now I want to go to MUT what? MUT 2. And then you can just go there. And that's ZSH.
Now that seems to save a considerable amount of keystrokes.
Okay, so now, then the other thing I wanted to just do is I made a little sample file. What sample? If you had a Gmail account, obviously you want to ignore my personal information, but if you wanted to set up MUT to work, there'd be the you would type in, and then basically you can just check your email and send a message. Your terminal should be SSHing somewhere. However, I don't think it's possible to have multiple email addresses in one instance of MUT. And you can see how very boring my email is.
Why is our web?
Awesome.
Thank you for coming to our meeting. It's very nice for you to come.
Enjoyed it.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Thanks.
What size is it? It's really small.
Actually, I think it was just an empty glass. Oh no, sorry, there was a glass of candy in it, and everything but the candy is still there.
You can get a martini if you want. I think the bar's still open back there.
That's true. I got your email. I don't know why it's so big.
You just made the font smaller.
Yeah. No, I think it's extremely large.
Yeah, I don't think 16 here by 1200 is going to quite fly
800 by 600.
It gets you down the road.
Yeah, it's us invisible.
Coming off that left side.
Who knows where it went, but
There we go. There we go. Okay, so the icons I use on many of the icons used in free desktops are from a project called Tango, and they're freely available. There's a lot of them that get added all the time. They actually have a specific set of design guidelines that they all kind of collate to one another. And I just wanted to use them to show you a little bit about Inkscape, which is a scalable vector graphics editor, which is very popular for you open source software. But yeah, you get a ton of icons, and you can use these. These are all free to use. You can use them on your websites if you want, or if you're developing a desktop, you can use them. No charge. I actually think they're GPL images, which is pretty awesome. Yeah, there's actions. The folder that you can download them from. If you just go to Google and search for Tango icons, you'll hit the website right away. So they have these different categories of icons. I'm just gonna have the face monkey open in Inkscape, which allows you to see how they actually made these icons. You can scale these to any size you want because they're not raster images. If they don't lose information the smaller they get, and they don't make images really grainy the larger you get by trying to guess what information is there. You can certainly export this image to a raster image. You can export a bitmap to really any format you want. It's also relatively good at guessing from icon files and other rasterized files and making an SVG out of it.
Yeah, it does pretty good. I've used it before.
Yep.
I've definitely used that feature before. That feature is, let's see. Hit. Cancel. Alright, yeah, so you can go to, you can select the face or something, and then I believe it, actually, where is it? Trace bitmap, so if I loaded a bit, if I could trace it here, and you can do a whole bunch of different options to try to make it optimized for whatever bitmap is you're trying to import. You probably have to import it as a layer or import it into Inkscape first. But, alright, so yeah, you can go here, check it out, do all that. One other thing that I did find extremely interesting about this, they have some, you can do, I'm sure you can do this in a lot of other programs, I just found it interesting. If you create a path, you can, you can actually apply a shape to that path. And then if you go to path effect editor, and then you can say you want to edit the path on canvas. And then once you do that, you can kind of change the shape of this path. And it changes how it's shaped on the thing.
That is pretty cool.
If you select more than one node, if I had a mouse, this would go a lot.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Stupid touchpad.
Or not. Alright, well, if you select it, you can add nodes to it, which makes it all the better.
Okay.
See that. So if I add a node here, then I can select this node and then change the shape again. And with the, you can do this to any path. The spiral curves, this one doesn't look that amazing, but what, actually I think I just did the regular easier path. What the spiral curve does, if I can scroll up and get out of this a little bit. All the points that you put on here, I think it just averages them out, so it creates a nice smooth curve, or it's supposed to anyways. I may not be doing something correctly. Yeah, so I thought that was kind of neat. Brief thing in Inkscape. Editors. I also like a program called MyPaint, which is just it does one function. Let's see if it will start. I haven't actually loaded it on this machine yet. All it is, it's designed to be used with more of a tablet, like a bamboo tablet or a Wacom tablet of some kind. And you can just, it's just a drawing application. You just draw and then you can do layers and stuff like that. It's nothing like the GIMP. It's not supposed to be. It's more of a painting application if you paint stuff, or be a good, note-taking application.
Speaking of, there's a really good note-taking app out there for Linux called Zurnal.
So,
Yeah, I've got it on here if you want to see it.
yeah, let's see it.
Hopefully it won't kill my laptop.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this is a tablet, so please don't die.
It's frustrating that they removed the Control Alt backspace.
You can
But you can put it back on. Control backspace.
Yeah, it's just annoying that they removed it.
Yeah, because that was nice.
stick at 9, 10.
Yeah.
Easy.
I'm still really pissed that they changed where the down arrow and expand.
Oh, you can change that if you go into. Well, you can change it manually.
Right.
Or you can actually just pick another. You can just pick another Windows setting that has it on the right hand side, because I know there's one that's all silver that has it just has 3 buttons in the upper right hand corner, and that's the one I use on 1004 because it's in the right spot.
I went in and manually changed it. You'd think if they're going to make that big of a change, they'd make it.
Like your other issues there, if you use what's an X-Rander, I don't know how you're supposed to pronounce it, then auto, that'll typically, any X display that has X-Rander support will pretty well go up there and probe all the monitors and reinitialize the whole thing.
It's X-Rated.
It's XR and R.
X resize and
Relocate.
Yeah, I can't remember if it's a dash auto, but I think it's just auto.
Yeah, it's dash auto.
Dash auto? Okay.
There might be a short one.
resize and
Something.
rotate.
Yeah, that's it.
I actually just use that on.
I say that. I mean, obviously, the full usage of the command is much, much more involved. But that will get you basically moving. It'll get you into a usable state.
So, what you're seeing is my desktop, and since this is a tablet, I'm going to use it like a tablet. Accessories, Zornal is like Microsoft Journal, and it allows you to handwrite
Nice.
anything you want.
Oh, that is cool.
And it's got ink. And it's got highlighting.
Can you change the background now?
Yes, you can.
Excellent.
And paper style. Let's go to graph paper. Or you can do different paper colors. Another thing you can do is, I don't know if I have any PDFs in here, but you can annotate a PDF straight on top of this. So if you have any document, you can turn a document into a PDF, and then from that PDF you can annotate it with Zernal to, and then you can, then you have the ability to export it back out to PDF. So if you wanted to simply fill out a form and email it back to someone without ever having to print it out, you can do it with Zernal, which is kind of useful.
Does it
Word is wicked.
if you don't want to export it to the PDF account after you've annotated it, can you save the annotations and reload the annotations with the PDF later?
If you open it up with Zernal, you can save the annotations that are made to the PDF, but they're made in the XOJ, the Zernal journal format.
Okay.
So you can bring them back up, but I don't believe it saves those annotations as like a separate PDF layer or anything. So you do have at least some. Oh yeah, if you have a tablet, back here, if you use your alternate key, let's see, which one's the alternate key? Your alternate key is your eraser. So you can erase things simply by just pushing the button on your stylus. You have, bigger or smaller sizes if you usually take up a lot of room with your handwriting. In addition, you have the ability to simply take a text box and start typing. And then, if you feel like it, go straight back to handwriting. And as you see, I did not. Oh, and this is something I often do because I have awful penmanship and often put the wrong letters in. You can start over again, which you can't do in regular stuff. You can move things up and down, or you can choose to select them and then move them around.
That is very cool.
So theoretically, if you're a person that absolutely needs to have digital copies of notes, this is the way to go. I'm incredibly geeky, but as far as notes are concerned, having a computer in front of me when I'm supposed to be paying attention to something else is too much.
Distracting.
It's too distracting. So I try to keep as few. If I need to use a computer, I try to keep as few things open as possible, or else, I say, oh, well, I've got 2 windows up. What's another 1 or 2? And checking my email, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
So if at all possible, I avoid taking handwritten notes with a computer because a piece of paper works, but. That doesn't mean this doesn't absolutely rock, because it is a lot of fun and it is very useful.
Does it have full screen view?
I think it might.
Yeah.
So here's full screen view, and then, but it still gives you your toolbar, and then you can zoom out or be completely in there. So
Can it translate the text that you write?
that it cannot. For that, you need a separate application, which is called CellWriter. Oops. Please don't go. Okay. Let's see. The thing about CellWriter that's awesome is it uses your own handwriting in order to figure out what you're writing, which is great. But the thing that's annoying is that it uses your own handwriting. So let's see. And I don't remember. You have to write every letter in the language in which you intend to use it 5 times. So, and I don't remember if I did in this one.
So it learns.
Yeah, it does. It does learn. Oh yeah. See, yeah. I didn't take the time to do it. So yeah, setup. Oops. Train. So yeah, I only did like 3 characters, which is why everything looked like a parenthesis to it. So yeah, you go, exclamation point, you go 9, E, and then as it gets better and better, it gets darker and darker. So these that are completely dark have not been trained at all. So that sign. As it gets better and better and better, so let's do this one. It'll eventually get dark, so dark that you don't need to do it anymore. So let's do this. Okay, so those are pretty good. So let's go back. Yeah. Let's see. Forget how to get out of training.
Click train again?
Maybe? Yeah, there we go. So clear A. If I did a lowercase, yeah, I didn't do the lowercase a, but when it does that, you can also do a regular keyboard if you want to, and that, if I open up my terminal, you can use it as an actual keyboard if you feel like it. You don't want to, open your tablet back up to use 3 keys. So yeah, that as far as if you're using a tablet in Linux and you want to actually use it, I would say these are the 2. At least for me, these were the 2 programs that I found very, very, very useful. And oh yeah, here's the XOJ files. So if you open those up, so there's VMware users group meeting. But anyways, it gets stored as an XOJ file, and then you can open it back up. If you annotate a PDF, it'll just have the name of the PDF, .pdf, .xoj, so that you'll know it's annotated from a PDF. So yeah, theoretically, in older versions of Ubuntu, you could. I had figured out how to use the tablet buttons to rotate the screen and have the tablet input rotate with it. But Ubuntu changed the way that they changed X. They used to use X free 86, and now they use X.org. And the way that serial tablets get the way that serial tablets are treated changed. So all of the scripts so all the scripts that were used to be available don't work anymore. And theoretically, I encourage anybody who wants to figure out how to do it on an IBM, serial tablet. But for the amount of time that I actually used the tablet functionality, it wasn't worth my time. But if you, if you install Ubuntu 8.04, you can still do it. And that information is on my blog if you really care. But if you don't, that's cool too. So yeah, anything else? Let's see if I have any cool applications. Battle for Westmouth. I like Battle for Westmouth. It's a cool game. It's turn-based. It's got music and everything. The Battle for Westmouth has been ported to the Nokia N series. I think it might be on the Android. I think there's a port for Amiga. There's a lot of ports in this game. But anyways, you can basically do. It's kind of like Civilization. So yeah, that's pretty much everything I can think of immediately. Other than GBIM and Gnome Commander. Or Dia. Has anybody heard of Dia or Dia? It's a diagram maker.
Yeah.
It's like Visio, only not quite, but it does well enough because it's free. So you want to make a flowchart or something, just take it, go. And you make your. So, it relatively easily makes stuff. So if you need to make diagrams, there's different types of diagrams.
You have one for networking too.
Yeah, UML, other sheets, all sorts. You have like Cisco networking. So this is the Cisco networking things. So I mean, there's a fair amount that are available. So if you want to make markups and you don't want to spend the money for Visio, you can also export this to a PDF if you really wanted to, or to let's see, most image formats are also available. You can do it SVG, which again, then you could open it up in Inkscape directly, which would actually be kind of cool. Anyways, that's everything hackish and cool that I can think of. So